Hello friends, there is a specific number worth repeating before we go any further. £4,300. That is the average amount that eligible pensioners are missing out on every single year, and if you were born before 1960, the odds that this applies to you are higher than you'd think. Today, I am walking through exactly who qualifies, the myths that stop people from claiming, and the precise numbers and phone calls that could put that money back where it belongs. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. What I'm covering today is the reason hundreds of thousands of pensioners are sitting on money they've never claimed. Subscribe now and let's get into it. Most non-claimants disqualify themselves before anyone else gets the chance to. Pension credit is not a small top-up. It's a means-tested benefit that brings your weekly income up to a guaranteed minimum level. And for many single pensioners, it is worth thousands of pounds a year once backdating and passported benefits are factored in. Government figures have consistently shown that a huge proportion of those entitled to pension credit never apply. Estimates place the number of eligible non-claimants in the hundreds of thousands, and the reasons are almost always the same three assumptions. I own my home, so I won't qualify. Owning your property outright has no bearing on pension credit eligibility whatsoever. The benefit looks at income, not property ownership. I have some savings, so I'll be disqualified. Savings under £10,000 are not counted against you at all. Above that threshold, only the excess affects your reward, and even then, it rarely wipes out eligibility entirely. I get a small private pension already, so there's nothing left to claim. A small private or workplace pension often still leaves a gap between your total income and the guaranteed threshold, and that gap is exactly what pension credit exists to fill. Two numbers decide whether you qualify, and most people have never actually checked them against their own income. If you are single and your weekly income is below roughly £227, you are likely eligible for at least some pension credit. If you have a partner and your combined weekly income is below roughly £346, the same applies to you as a couple. Income here includes your state pension, any other pensions, and most other income you receive, but it does not include attendance allowance, disability living allowance, or personal independence payment, which are excluded from the calculation entirely. Severe disability, caring responsibilities, and certain housing costs can raise your threshold further through additional elements built into the calculation, meaning your real qualifying income may sit higher than the headline figures suggest. Getting even £1 of pension credit changes the answer to several other questions at once, and that is the part most people never realize. Pension credit acts as a gateway. Qualifying for it, even for a very small weekly amount, automatically unlocks a range of other support that many pensioners are also missing. A free TV license becomes available once you turn 75 and receive pension credit, saving over £169 a year on its own. Help with NHS dental treatment, glasses, and travel to hospital appointments becomes available immediately. Cold weather payments of £25 per cold snap are paid automatically during winter months. And in most council areas, receiving pension credit entitles you to a full council tax reduction, sometimes wiping out the bill entirely. Add those together, and a household receiving as little as £1 a week in pension credit can end up better off by several £1,000s a year once every passported benefit is factored in. Backdating is where the real money often sits, and it comes with a hard limit worth knowing before you apply. A new pension credit claim can be backdated by up to 3 months, provided you are eligible throughout that period. That means a successful claim made today could bring a lump sum covering the last 13 weeks, on top of your ongoing weekly payment going forward. For someone entitled to £60 a week, 3 months of backdating alone works out to roughly £780, paid as a single sum once the claim is processed. This is not something applied automatically. You have to specifically state on your claim that you want backdated payment considered, and you have to have been eligible for the entire backdated period. Waiting does not help here. Every week without a claim is a week of eligible income permanently lost, since the backdating window only stretches back 3 months from the date you apply, not from the date you became eligible. Applying is more straightforward than most people expect, and the whole process can be done in a single phone call. Call the Pension Credit Claim Line on 0800 99 1234 or apply online through the official government service if you prefer. Have your national insurance number, details of your income, savings and investments, and your bank account information ready before you call, since this speeds the process up significantly. If a friend or family member wants to check on your behalf, the government's pension credit calculator allows anyone to run the numbers anonymously before a formal application is made, so you can see a likely outcome before committing to anything. Local Age UK branches and citizens' advice offices also offer free one-on-one help completing pension credit applications, particularly useful if paperwork or online forms feel overwhelming. So here is the complete picture of what to check. Home ownership, modest savings under £10,000 and a small existing pension do not automatically rule you out, regardless of what many assume. Single pensioners with weekly income below roughly £227 and couples below roughly £346 should check their eligibility rather than dismissing it. A successful claim unlocks a free TV license at 75, help with NHS costs, cold weather payments, and in most cases, a full council tax reduction. New claims can be backdated 3 months, so applying today rather than next month could be worth hundreds of pounds on its own. And the whole process starts with one call to 0800 99 1234 or a few minutes on the government's online calculator. None of this costs anything to check. The only cost is in not checking at all, and for many watching this, that cost has already been running for years. Share this with someone born before 1960 who has never applied. One phone call could be worth thousands. I'll see you in the next one.